Please give a warm welcome for your host of the evening, Mr. Dennis Foster!
Thank you, and welcome to the latest StraFUNkel comedy show. We've got a fantastic show for you tonight, with comedians from all over the world. I probably don't have to do any jokes tonight, because I'll get laughs just for looking like this. I'd like to point out that I'm referring to the face shield and not the face that's behind it. I'm getting a bit worried about the coronavirus. One of the symptoms is that you lose your taste, so I'm concerned that I'll slowly start liking Coldplay. Inevitably, the coronavirus has given rise to all kinds of bizarre conspiracy theories, including that it's caused by 5G. I mean, come on. It would make about as much sense to claim the coronavirus is caused by, I don't know, 1970s disco music. That might sound silly to you, but what do you get if you combine the Jackson 5 with the Bee Gees? Exactly, the 5Gs. I actually think the Bee Gees were singing about the coronavirus when they wrote Staying Alive. Never eat a Chinese bat, you should put it in the bin. And I don't know what it is, but never eat a pangolin. You're scared of going shopping, your social life is stopping, but you're staying alive, staying alive. Everybody's coughing, you cannot stop hand washing, but you're staying alive, staying alive. Mask, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Mask, 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 staying alive. Well, if I get a round of applause that easily, I'm just going to sing badly for the rest of the evening. But the coronavirus, of course, is really serious. It's killed more than 900,000 people worldwide, and that probably doesn't include those who were stupid enough to drink bleach. Anyway, are there any vegetarians here tonight? If so, respect. You're doing a good thing. And I'm not only saying that because every animal you don't eat gives me the right to eat too. I know it's wrong to kill animals, but did you hear that Mark Zuckerberg apparently only eats animals that he himself kills? That I'd be screwed if I had to do that. I mean, I'm okay killing insects, but there all that I need is a shoe. I couldn't kill a cow with a shoe. Not only would it take about a week, but it would be extra cruel to kill a cow with something that used to be a cow. And what about sausages? They all contain about 4 different animals. There's no way I'm going to spend a month of my life slapping 4 random mammals to death with my flip-flops just to get a chipolata. But anyway, vegetarians, respect. So, are there any meat eaters here tonight? Yeah. Vegetarians, take note. Look how much energy they've got in comparison. And are there any vegans here tonight? I assume not, because if there were, they would have told us all about it already. You probably never guessed this from looking at me, but I'm actually a bit of a nerd. Okay, I think two of you guessed already. I can see 1 or 2 of you are now thinking, I bet he spends 8 hours a day on his Xbox. Wrong! I've got a PlayStation. I actually play video games with my daughter. Now, some of you might think it's wrong and irresponsible to play Grand Theft Auto with a 6-year-old, but I'm not worried that she's going to go out and steal cars. I mean, she's too small, her feet wouldn't reach the pedals. But my daughter started asking me where babies come from, and I tried to be honest with her. So I told her that the daddy puts a seed in the mummy with his willy. I think someone's just found that out for the first time. How does the willy make the seed, Daddy? You have to kind of move it in the right way, honey. Can you show me? Not without getting arrested, honey, no. When she was little, my daughter once said to me, Daddy, why do you stand up to have a pee? It's because I'm a man, honey, that's what men do. Ah, yeah, it's because you've got a willy. Exactly, but I sit down to have a poo. Ah, yeah, it's because you've got a bottom. I never thought of it like that. I'd probably sit down a lot less if I didn't have an arse. Oh, and because this is an open mic, I'm kind of still learning my lines a little bit. 1 second. I don't sleep very well. Anyone here have insomnia?
Yes.
Yeah, so give me your phone number and we'll go and have a drink together at 3 a.m. sometime. When you get middle-aged men like me drinking in bars at 3 a.m, they don't have a drink problem, they have a sleep problem. But when you're young, hangovers are like, oh, I feel terrible. What did I drink last night? Okay, I'm better now. Shall we go to the pub? When you get to 45, like me, someone will invite you for a beer and you'll say, oh, sorry, I haven't recovered yet. Oh, what did you do last night? Nothing. I had 2 beers at home 3 days ago. Are there any Americans here tonight? Yeah? Yeah, don't worry, I'm not from the immigration authorities. You've got your big election coming up quite soon, so it's a bit exciting and worrying because obviously, for the sake of the human race and decency and democracy and the environment, it would be good if Trump doesn't get any votes at all. But for me as a comedian, Trump's so much funnier than Joe Biden. Anyway, I hope you aren't a Trump supporter because 1, you won't like what I'm going to say right now, and 2, there's the possibility that you'll have guns with you. At the start of the year, Trump killed the Iranian general Soleimani to deflect attention away from his impeachment trial. So, to make people overlook the fact that he'd done something really bad, he went and did something infinitely worse. It would be like me trying to get my girlfriend to overlook the fact that I forgot her birthday by telling her that her sister's pregnant and I'm the father. But apparently Iran's response was going to come in the form of a cyber attack. Now, am I the only one who, when hearing this, immediately thought, oh God, no, please don't let there be an attack on Netflix? Of course, Americans have a history of electing intellectually limited presidents. George W. Bush was elected twice, which means he had more terms in office than brain cells. But Trump is on another level entirely. Yes, I know, I'm British, and we recently elected someone who doesn't know how to use a comb, but I think Johnson at least knows how to spell the word comb. If the Brexit results showed us one thing, it's that it really put the dumb in referendum. In fact, if they were allowed to vote on the matter, I'm sure the British people would also vote to restore the death penalty, and not just for murder. The British people will bring back hanging for all kinds of offences that are upsetting to the British, like pushing into queues, not driving on the left side of the road, and of course the worst one of all, drinking tea without milk. Anyway, back to Trump. One of Trump's most famous quotes is, I know words, I have the best words. Nah. There are parrots that have a better vocabulary than Donald Trump. In fact, I sometimes look at Trump and wonder if he was the inspiration behind Hodor in Game of Thrones. My one hope for the future of the planet and for avoiding nuclear Armageddon is if the American military has had the common sense and foresight to make the nuclear weapon launch code a word that Trump doesn't know how to spell, which in his case could be something like cat. I like to imagine Trump sitting over the nuke button going, damn, I want to nuke Iran and need to type cat, but I can't seem to find the K on this keyboard. And it's not just foreign policy, of course. Trump's domestic policy is equally insane. For example, what was his solution to the problem of high school shootings? To give guns to teachers! Now, I teach kids. I'm not a violent person. I've never even punched someone. But some kids are a pain in the ass, and there's days when I wouldn't even hesitate to shoot them. Are you using your mobile phone in my class? What? The reason you don't have your homework assignment is that your dog ate it? Don't believe you. Oh, come on, you aren't dead. And look on the bright side. Now that you've lost both of your arms in a grenade attack, you'll at least have a good excuse for not doing your homework next time. But arming teachers is insane. In fact, giving guns to teachers will probably kill more kids than the anti-vaccine movement. And guess which satsuma-skinned half-wit has also spoken out against vaccines? Donald Trump! Now, there aren't many areas where the British can claim to be the best in the world, but, in my opinion, we are the best at swearing. British people can put a swear word in front of pretty much any noun, and it just kind of sounds right. For example, Donald Trump is an orange-faced fuck balloon. He's a complete piss trumpet, a total arse potato. And I don't think it sounds as good in other languages. I mean, French people can't really say, Donald Trump est une patate de cul. Italians couldn't say, Donald Trump è una patata di culo. It would probably actually work in German, though. Donald Trump ist ein Arschkartoffel.